pass over to Jay to tell you about his.
Okay, so first of all, sorry guys if there have been any cuts. There have been a few, but I think the majority of you are getting all the streams, so apologies for that. My internet, as someone said, might be being attacked by birds, which would be quite funny considering I call my subscribers the flock. So anyway, my team, and before I go into it, the reason that there are some players in there is, and I still have to check this is 100% correct, you can make transfers during kind of a period. It's not a game week as such, but the first games in the group, the second games, the third games are all like a separate game week. So you are apparently allowed mid-game week to make a transfer. As soon as one of your players has started, you can transfer him out and bring in another player. So with that in mind, I have looked at some of the players playing earlier with the idea that possibly I could transfer them out for someone else and have 14 players playing instead of 11. So we're starting off in goal with Keylor Navas. I don't know if the game allows for save points. If it doesn't, he will be leaving the side, but he is 5.9 million, a world-class keeper behind a defence that aren't as good, so the save points would be there if you're playing a game that does allow for save points. Probably going to change him though, because I don't think Fantasy iTeam does that, not that I've seen yet. In defence we're going Kolarov, purely because he's dangerous from set pieces for Serbia. He's at 6 million, probably a little bit too expensive for a Serbian defender though. Carvajal, because I think he's pretty nailed on, 6.2 million, he's the cheapest Spanish defender that looks nailed on, so that is why I'm going with him. Spain only conceding 3 goals in 10 games in qualifying. And then Jimenez from Uruguay, 5.9 is there. I fancy Uruguay to potentially get some clean sheets in that. Then for midfield, we've got 2 outside bets, some differentials. Jefferson Farfan, Peru, 5.6 million. Hopefully he is playing up front for Peru. If that is the case, at 5.6 million. Yep, I've got Farfan as well. I'm very hopeful. Apparently, Paulo Guerrero is going to be at the World Cup though. So if that is the case, he may be moved back a bit, which ideally for me, I don't want, because a 5.6 midfielder playing up front would be pretty good. Yeah, exactly. I think out of position is just as good in World Cup fantasy football as it is in FPL. Then we're going Sisto for Denmark, 6.1 million as well as another differential. Advanced position with someone like Ericsson potentially setting him up. He's a very fast winger who has got a decent goal scoring record. As far as the other 2 in midfield, we're going Isco for the Spanish midfielder. He looked incredible against Argentina in a friendly. Looks like he could be one of the star players for them in this tournament, and I think Spain will have a good tournament. And Shaqiri, I think for Switzerland, it's one of those groups where you could potentially see a number of teams going through in the top 2, but I think Switzerland have a good chance, and Shaqiri might want to put himself in the shop window because of the situation with his club.
Is that Shaqiri?
Yes, it's
Shaqiri.
Shaqiri.
Hips don't lie, Shaqiri.
Well, I mean, I've never looked at his hips that much. But hopefully he's going to want to prove himself and get a transfer to a big club. So hoping he does well for Switzerland. And then up front, I don't have Ronaldo or Messi. I worry a little bit about Portugal in this one. Also with Messi, has he done it for Argentina in a major tournament before? So that's why I've kind of overlooked him. I'm looking at Cavani because he's got a good goal scoring record for Uruguay in qualification. 1 goal and 1 assist in the last World Cup. Of course, Uruguay didn't do too great in the last World Cup though, but for club and country they're doing very well. Griezmann for France. France didn't score many goals in qualifying, but in the Euros Griezmann got 6 goals and 2 assists, so that's kind of what I'm hoping for there. So that would be good to see from him. And then Andre Silva, 7.5 million, second highest goal scorer for Portugal in qualifying. He scored 9 goals to Ronaldo's 15. So I'm hoping to get, if Portugal do well, some points from him that might counterbalance everyone that has Ronaldo. So that is my team for Fantasy Soccer iTeam World Cup.